If you're new to this channel, my name is Emma. I am a small business owner. I like to make polymer clay figurines and candles and wax melts for my business, and I've been doing that for quite some time now. It's something I really enjoy doing, and it makes me feel really calm and confident, and I really like to share that with other people. Today we're going to be making an order. Well, it's actually 2 figurines for 1 order. We're going to make a strawberry axolotl, which looks like this. The axolotls are super popular in my shop, and I kind of get why they're so cute. I make different versions of this with different fruits on, as well as little axolotl ponds and keychains. So anyways, today we're gonna make the strawberry axolotl as well as a tiny frog pond. I'll put a picture right here so you know what I'm talking about. As always, I suggest you get something cozy to drink, and you can put this video on in the background or just join me when I make these little orders. I find that when mixing together polymer clay, the best way to do it is to just roll it like this between your hands, and then just fold it and fold it again, and then keep rolling it and doing the same thing until the colors are totally mixed together and the clay is nice and soft. If the clay is not conditioned enough, like softened enough and warmed up between your hands enough, it's gonna crack in the oven. You definitely don't want that when you've spent so much time doing this little figurine. One of the best parts about polymer clay is that, you don't need to buy all the colors in the store at once, because you can really easily mix them together. I actually only have like the most basic colors, and then I just mix them as I want, and then I use soft pastels to shade the figurines if I need to do so. Also, please don't mind my nails. They just came off all of a sudden and I haven't had any time to fix them yet. Obviously, we're gonna make the strawberry axolotl first, unless we wanted to make like a pink frog, which could also be kind of cute, to be honest. But yeah, I'll start out by making the body, and I'm probably gonna mix a bit more of this clay to have enough for all of the axolotl. We're just gonna keep it very simple, cute, and pink. Okay, so we finished up this strawberry axolotl. I actually redid the axolotl a few times because I was not satisfied with the expression. And I know that you generally should embrace these imperfections, but that's pretty hard when you have a small business and people expect something specific from you. So I finally made one that I'm satisfied with, and I'm gonna bake that and glaze that. But first we're gonna make the tiny frog pond. The tiny frog pond is pretty easy to make, and it doesn't take that long either. So we're gonna hopefully bake and glaze everything today so we can send up the parcel to to the customer. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix the gray clay that we're going to use for the stones and just building the pond. And I do that by mixing some white and some black clay together. The reason why I like to mix the clay myself and not just buy a color is because I feel like I can control a little better what kind of shade I want. Even though I always end up shading the little rocks I'm making for the pond anyways, I just think this is more like my style, I guess. This looks like the shade that I want for the pond, so I'm gonna build the pond now. Now we're going to use the soft pastels, and I've talked about these a bunch of times before. I really love using these for shading. We're going to use the dark grays for shading the rocks on the frog pond and some of the more dark green, army green for shading the moss. And it just makes it look more realistic, and I really like that.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm just so grateful. Stern at 5 times more than I ever could have dreamed of.
Can you imagine if I just left the frog's eyes like this? Do you think she would mind?
The two figurines are now finished, and we're just gonna bake and glaze them, and then we can send them off. The figurines are now out of the oven, and we're going to glaze them with UV resin. As mentioned before, UV resin is toxic. I use this brand from Amazon. I'm actually not quite sure what it's called. I think it's in Chinese. You can get all of the UV resin that you need from Amazon, and if you don't have Amazon at your disposal, you can probably get it at pretty much any craft store. As always, you have to remember to wear gloves and a mask so you don't get anything in your lungs or on your hands. Okay, let's get started. The frog actually came off, but that's okay because we can use the UV resin as glue. So I basically just put a dot of UV resin on the bottom of the frog, put it on the pond, and then just make it harden in the UV lamp, and then I can glaze it fully. just like that, this parcel is ready to be sent off. Okay, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you feel like it. I really appreciate you, and I'm so glad you're here and willing to support me and watch my content. I hope to see you around soon. Bye!